Start here, grow here, stay here. Let's keep tech in Canada. Expanded government funding in the Canadian tech startup ecosystem has been extremely beneficial to Canadian startups. We've seen the advantages come out as a result of thriving tech startup ecosystem. However, it's no surprise that Canada has a scaling problem, and we end up losing a lot of our tech talent and a lot of our tech companies to the US or other markets that can provide more advantages to technology companies. Why is this happening? For two large reasons. First, Canadian companies have a hard time establishing traction in the market because Canada is a smaller market relative to other economies. And secondly, the funding avenues and the opportunities for growth capital are fewer and far between in Canada. So what can we do about this? Well, to start, the government can really leverage procurement to benefit the technology sector. $1 of revenue is worth multiples on $1 of funding. And by buying software from Canadian technology companies, you're enabling them to establish product market fit, provide the KPIs they need to call in investment, and really help them grow and scale before they move into other markets. Secondly, we need better access to capital in Canada. Whenever companies get to a certain size, they run out of options for really good growth capital, and as a result, we find they end up going into the US and seeking capital from US investors, which then in turn only benefits the US economy when those companies then provide returns to their investors. We're asking for the government to reevaluate funding programs and introduce more availability to capital in Canada. We're very encouraged by the government's proposal to expand the flow-through share program into the technology sector, but it's important we get this right. The program has to be accessible to all technology companies that are applying. The qualified expenses have to be broad enough that they apply to the broader technology ecosystem, and so that we don't generate a very narrow, limited pool of candidates. This program needs to align with current incentive programs so that there isn't a conflict or struggle where technology companies have to decide between one program or the next. We know Canadian companies are shaping the future of technology, and we have been proven to be global leaders in innovation. We have a real opportunity to cement this position and to keep our talent in Canada and help our technology sector grow.